Hey, all my scrappy friends. I am coming to you with a December daily layout for 2019. So anytime that I get an urge to scrapbook, and I have Christmas things to do, or maybe like a design team thing to do, I am trying to go backwards and scrapbook years in the past, since I only started scrapbooking at the end of 2020. December Daily was the first project in 2020 to bring me back into the world of scrapbooking. So that's as far back as my December dailies go. So I'm just going back and trying to find whatever pictures I can find, and kind of piecing together December dailies with that information pretty much. So this is kind of what I have going. I used a December daily flap. I actually started this way back in 2020 and never really got anywhere with it, mainly because I ended up getting really into scrapbooking and then going on and doing other projects, of course. So a lot of this I did many years ago, and I continued to add to it pretty much. Use a lot of my supplies that I wouldn't otherwise use because either I feel they're outdated or something along those lines. I try a lot of things in this December daily that I'm not sure if would work out, and then go on. So like something like this, I did this back in like 2020. I took a piece of paper, drew this out. I think I did this on my Procreate so long ago, guys, on my Procreate, and then I traced it with the marker, the embossing marker, this Versa marker. Traced it and then embossed it, and I was like, oh, it worked. So I threw it in here. This is something that like needs to be more decorated. It was back when I was using glossy paper and everything, but I've gotten a few dates in here. I think I've gotten, I definitely wanted to document that we got a puppy this year. So that was one of the big things that I was documenting. But I've gotten a couple of things in here. As you can see, there's a lot of other things that I've just tried, and things that I just kind of play with in here. This is really like a project that I just play in, and then pages come together eventually, and here we are. So oh, I didn't even notice that. I know that I had 16. Oh yeah, they slept under the tree 3 nights in a row. So lots of projects in here. So yeah, I'm just keep on going until I kind of fill it. This album also keeps all of my extra through, page protectors. So we are playing with the new kit from Tracy Reed, called Festive. Love it, love it. And it is also my month to have a solo blog post. And so what I kind of came up with, this is backwards, is when I was thinking about things like, what happens when I get stuck in December daily? What happens when I get into a little bit of a rut? How do I get out of that, or how do I help myself through that? And what do I do in my digital kits to get out of that? And so I've been doing 2 projects, and one thing that I do in any kit when I get it even, is go in and look for repetitive elements, repetitive shapes, repetitive stickers, die cuts, all that kind of stuff. I look for something repetitive that I can make a grid out of, make something, that's easy, that I can focus on one element and make it happen. So in my past project, you've seen that I used the hearts out of this kit. I use that to make a divider. And today I am making a page about, unfortunately, my little guy's last Christmas concert. Who knew? As we all know, I'm working on 2019, so this is just, what, 2 months before the pandemic, and I definitely remember this concert like it was almost yesterday, because I sat there and I was like, I had kind of had a fight with him to go. He wasn't like super excited to go, and once he got there, he had a fun time. But I remember sitting there remembering like this might be his last one. I didn't know if, you know, the 5th graders did this. I believe it was only like the 3rd and the 4th graders did it. So I might have only just had one more year of this. And then come to find out it was the pandemic and I never got another Christmas concert for my elementary student ever again. So it's kind of crazy to look back and see. But I do vividly remember like making sure I got a picture with him and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of like a crazy, you know, in hindsight, 2020 type thing. So we're going to put this together, but the repeated element in this one is going to be the Starburst. I thought that was kind of a good representation of like a Christmas Carol type situation. And what this kind of is going to do is not be a shaker. We're not doing a shaker, but I kind of cut this out and it will sit on top of a lot of foam tape. And it will kind of just like be shadowed behind here. You'll kind of understand once I get going with all of it. But it's kind of fun. I've seen this done in a couple of different ways. And then I'm just going to put random pieces of, I've printed out a bunch of the 3x4 cards. Anyways, I'm going to cut up a bunch of them, put them in behind here on a piece of paper, and walk you all through this. So let's get started, and I will send you over to the voiceover.
Alright guys, well this spread actually comes together quite quickly. I mean, I don't know, I say that on every spread, right? Once I get it out of the computer, all of them come together pretty quickly, but this one is a little bit bulky though because it's not a shaker pocket, but it is going to have a layer of foam in between. So that first paper is cut in my silhouette. I merely took the star like embellishment sticker, whatever you want to call it, die cut. There's several. I think it's more of a sticker, I think, in this pack. And duplicated it several times, changed the size of it. I think I have like a small, medium, and big, I think, or something like that. And then kind of just distributed them around my photo in silhouette. And then I traced the sticker and then cut around the sticker to make these. And what I'm doing here is I'm taking a circle punch since I don't need, you know, huge chunks of paper. I just need little ones to go in behind there. And so I'm just punching out several different pieces of pattern paper. I love that green, guys. There's 2 papers in this pack that I am obsessed with, and one is that green, and the other one is the red star paper. Even though I still haven't found the perfect project to do with that star paper, I love that star paper. All right, so what I'm doing here first is just decorating that first piece of paper so that I don't have to put it together after I put the foam tape down. So just a little bit of washi up top with a just like a little phrase sticker that says jingle all the way. And now I've put the 2 pieces of paper together and I'm putting just adhesive, obviously, as you can see, behind, and then just putting them in the spots so that they show through pretty much. I don't know. It was a really weird way of explaining that, but you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to prop this up on foam tape so that there's like a little bit dimension, like shadow type thing. And I think it's a really cool effect just a little bit something different, like I mentioned before. I know a lot of us maybe get a little bogged down in December with December Daily, and was trying to figure out some tips that I try and use to keep the pages coming, and what I do in general in my scrapbooking. I don't know, ways, I guess I would say. I didn't do enough, so I'm like, oh, hold on. To keep going so that I don't get stuck. And one of those is, a big component is looking for pieces in a kit that I can repeat to make a design out of it, pretty much. Again, I don't feel like I haven't had my morning coffee yet, so maybe I should have done that before I did this. All right, so now I'm just fitting our picture in there. My little guy, so my voiceover at the beginning was a little off. So I believe he was only in second grade at this point. And then when I went back, in other things for like my oldest, second and third grade were the only ones that did little Christmas concerts. So I knew that I only had one more of these. And my oldest never did his Christmas concerts because he was extremely stage fright. So I never got him out of my first one. So I was definitely enjoying this one. And then thank goodness I did, because obviously, like I mentioned before, it became 2020 and we never got a Christmas concert again, unfortunately. Boo-hoo. And my kids are not choir or band people, so we don't get Christmas concerts. Okay, so putting all this foam tape down, I know it's a lot of foam tape. Usually shakers don't take this much because it's not a full page, but this, sorry for my head, I was trying to line that up. I honestly should have put even more foam tape in the middle. I should have went around and did little bits of foam tape all the way around in the middle, because there was spots where it definitely could have used a little bit more reinforcement. So if you want to recreate this or do something along the lines of this, definitely put your foam tape even like in the middle. So it's a little hard to see here. I think I show it at the end, but in person, it definitely like shows dimension. And I'll insert a couple of the pictures at the end of this video also. And you can definitely see it in the pictures. All right, just putting a couple embellishments down. In all transparency, this is a few days later. My Christmas, when I cut it out that first time, you've seen it way in the very beginning of the video, each letter cut out. I was like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. So I went back into Silhouette, traced it again, and made sure sides were touching. So it cut out in at least two pieces, and not, 10, somewhere in there. All right, the next thing I'm doing is using just a stamp by LA Studio. I think this is Hazel. And putting in concert. I didn't love the alpha for concert. So I just decided to do it this way. I change up my titles a lot. So I should have probably done this though before I put the pages together, because again, this is one of the spots where I was like, ooh, we could have used a little bit more foam tape. So I was just pushing down on that, and yeah, it wasn't a big issue, but to make it a little bit more dimensional, it could have been a little bit more foam tape. So, all right, you're gonna act like you didn't see that. I got to the end and realized I didn't have any more labels. So I had printed out a bunch for the Bountiful kit that was right before this kit. And I was like, I just don't want to go back and print another one out, which is another one of where my theory doesn't work in digitals, because I only print what I need instead of printing the whole kit. And sometimes I'll get to the end and I'm like, oh, I don't have something that I need. But it worked. It was like this, almost the same exact color. So it worked. I just cut off the little thing. So, But this kit does have labels in it, guys. So it has plenty of labels. I just didn't print them out and I was in a pinch and wanted to get this done. So, all right, writing out my journaling just about how it was a second grade concert and a couple of words, and finishing it up. So thank you guys so much for being here. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you are new. And let me know in the comments below if you love the little kids' Christmas concerts. I think they're adorable. I mean, if you don't think they're adorable, I don't know. I know they're a pain sometimes to go to, but I think they're adorable. All right, guys. I will talk to you soon, and let's get ready for all the December daily fun. Bye.